This is Jacob.
What's up?
Jacob worked downtown and in bars with me for 7 years.
It's a long time.
God, we're old.
Yeah, not young.
Definitely not.
I mean, it's like, what is that old saying? It's like, you know, you're young, but you're not that young.
Yeah.
You know?
It was funny because I can't remember who I was fucking talking about this the other day. Oh, check this out. We're drinking beers, but they're root beers.
Oh, yeah.
Jacob saw 7 months sober.
7 months, man.
There you got a ball over right here.
It's fantastic. I love it so much.
I think I enjoy being sober. Yeah. It also goes with that young thing. Like when I was like a younger man, hangovers were like over like in a day.
Oh, yeah.
You remember like waking up and like, oh, my head, I'm going to the beach. And like by that afternoon, you're fine. Like if I wake up hungover now, I'm like, oh, my head, I'm not getting off this couch.
No.
I'm going to binge watch shit and order fucking food.
Okay. I think I kind of cashed my liver out pretty early on. I think my first hangover I got was like maybe 19 or 20. And I remember I just kind of went way too overboard, tied one on, whatever, went to some college party, frat party, whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. And I remember I woke up and like I'd never experienced this before because like earlier, like when you're really young, you're like, oh yeah, wake up. You sleep 3 hours and like, that's great. Let's polish off the ones we didn't finish.
Yeah.
And, you know, then
keep work going. A couple hours.
Keep going. Yeah, whatever. Oh my God. Like show up to work hungover, like still drunk. Like, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
This one time I wake up, I'm like, oh no.
What is this shit?
Like I remember I'm like, okay, well I gotta get some water.
Yeah.
You know, get something to eat. And I walk downstairs. I go to the kitchen and there's like a bathroom that's like right before you get to the kitchen. I'm like, oh, nope. Like,
no food.
Didn't make it. Straight in the bathroom. It was so horrible.
So I eat
I think all day and that was it.
I take a lot of creatine and I think that is why my hangovers suck so bad sometimes because it holds all your water in. And like when you don't drink water, because when you go out, like who drinks? I'm gonna have a glass of water and then a beer and then a glass of water, which is probably the better way to do it.
Oh yeah.
But man, does it suck, man.
Yeah. And it's like, there's very few things that used to annoy me more when someone would be like, oh yeah, like I don't really get hungover. You know, I go home, I drink some water, I take my ibuprofen or whatever, I'm good. I'm like, dude, shut up.
You don't know what not hungover feels like at that point. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you're just nursing a baby. I feel like after, like, even if I started drinking again, I'd have to just keep drinking. You know what I mean? And then have, like, the final finale hangover.
Yeah. And then like, just the regret of it the next morning.
My buddy, he quoted a comedian the other day. He's like, I hate people that don't drink because they wake up and that's the best they're going to feel. And I'm like, yeah, but I was like, but you don't even know what feeling good feels like anymore. Like, you exist to be drunk.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's half the reason I quit, you know, it's like, because it's this weird kind of downward spiral where, I mean, you've worked in bars long enough to know, like, once you, like, work on a street, and everybody knows you, and all your friends are bartenders, and you go out for a little bit, like, oh, I'll just go say what's up to some friends, have a couple drinks.
Maybe grab some lunch, and the next thing you know, it's fucking 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
And you're hammered, and you're like, oh, fuck me.
Oh, it's 3 a.m. and you're some random person's apartment.
Yeah.
And you're like, how did I get here?
Yeah. Or you wake up there, and you're like, how did I sleep here?
Oh, my God. Like, I had shit to do today.
Yeah. Oh, man, it fucks my day.
Yeah. It's the worst.
I still like to drink, but I just like it's got to be time and place. Like I went to that wedding, and I got kind of tipsy there, but like I knew I had nothing. Like I was in a different state. I had nothing to do. Like
oh yeah, all bets are off.
Yeah, like fuck it.
No, I mean like a special occasion and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah, well, especially you because you got like fitness goals and shit, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And
I've been following your fucking Instagram shit.
Yeah, man, I'm trying to get a little more artsy with it.
Yeah, I think, dude, I got a camera, bro, and like in the gayest way possible, I'd love to take pictures of you.
Sounds great, man.
But like, I think you got something going, man. You had a clothing brand going for a little bit too, didn't you?
Yeah. I mean, that's more than anything else. It's just kind of like a hobby that I like making clothes. I like doing graphic design.
Yeah,
shit,
I think you really have a niche there because you have a body for it, and I feel like you have a drive because you post all the time, and I'm so bad at posting shit. Like,
well, I never cared about Instagram. I mean, I remember it came out maybe like my sophomore year of college, and I was like, oh, this is cool. You know, it's a nice way to kind of like share stuff with your friends and blah blah blah. And it turned into this huge thing.
Yeah,
like it's everywhere. Everything's social media now.
Yeah,
and I was like, I just didn't really like it. I feel like there's a lot of things in social media that are really toxic, like really bad for your brain.
The scroll.
The doom scroll, man.
And I'm so guilty of it now. You know what sucks is like I'll get down the fucking YouTube hole, and it always happens the day before I'm gonna go train. I'm like, what's it called? The buggy choke? Is that what it's called? I've been watching that. I'm like, I could stick that, and I watched like 5 tutorials, and now I'm like, cool, I'm gonna try that in the gym tomorrow. I'll lay down. I'm like, one more.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah, the super late night technique video is a real thing.
Oh no, and it's funny because like I know I should be sleeping. I catch a noon class, which is like might as well be 6 a.m. for me working in bars, and like I think the worst part of that is like I get there and I'm still half asleep. So like the whole like the class part, I'm like I'm all like groggy, and then it's like, let's roll. And then, like, someone will be moving. They're like, move of the day. I'm like, that was the move of the day. Fuck, no. Yeah. No, I know how to get out.
Well, it's hilarious, right? Because, I mean, I'm super guilty of that, too, where, I'll see some cool thing or whatever. I'm like, oh, I'm going to hit that like next time I go to class. And then you're in class and you're, like, you're going through it and you're learning. But at the same time, you're, like, in the back of my head, I'm like, I can't wait to hit this fucking move.
Yeah.
I just can't wait till they hit this highlight reel low percentage move on one of my friends.
Yeah.
And it's like, meanwhile, you could have actually just been studying and paying attention to getting better at your fundamentals.
Who needs fundamentals? Like,
and you probably would have been way better.
Escape from mount, just don't get in mount.
Just don't get mounted.
Don't get mounted.
I've got 2 mount escapes, and that's all I need.
Yeah, and then like, I'll just pull guard. That's reverse mount.
Oh, God. See, that's another thing is like, because having that judo background, like, once I'm in your guard, I'm basically useless.
Yeah.
Like, I can take you down, I can put you on your back, but it's like...
but then what?
That was my end goal.
So, judo is scored by putting people on the ground, correct?
Yeah, so, I mean, it has, like, a pretty interesting scoring system in that the match is ended through an ippon, right? And that's like a full throw from standing. Someone's back is totally exposed to the mat. A clean throw. Yeah. And then, like, let's say you throw somebody, but they kind of land on their side. Yeah. So that's wazari, so it's an incomplete throw, but it's scored as half of an ippon.
What if they land on all fours?
If they land on all fours, then they'll just go. You go back to start, basically.
Start.
But if you're on the ground, it ends. Pretty much, but it's just because of a stoppage rule. Mm-hmm. So let's say you bring someone down to hands and feet. Mm-hmm. You still have an opportunity to take their back and score like you would a jiu-jitsu match. Yeah. But the timing is very short.
Like get hooks in and everything?
Yeah. You have a very small window of time to do that. Mm-hmm. So all the ground techniques are still there. The Nawaza's there. Yeah. So you'll see like some still really good ground kind of based guys in judo that can pull stuff off. Yeah. But it's much less common, and they also took away like leg attacks, so like double legs, tegurumas, things like that. Really? They took those out.
You can't double leg somebody?
You can't double leg someone in judo anymore. Now, I got my black belt before the rule change, but the Olympic Committee changed that, and my conspiracy theory is because it was to keep Japan like kind of at the top, because they're judo royalty, judo's from Japan. And then there was like a lot of Eastern Europeans, like the Bulgarians and guys like that, who were super good at wrestling, who were starting to get really dominant. Yeah, because they just double people.
I think judo has a really good background because let's be real, if you hit somebody with the earth, it sucks. It really sucks,
dude. If I Uchimata you on a sidewalk, you're done. Yeah, I don't need to do anything else. Yeah, like, you're gonna split your head open.
Unless you're, like, fucking made of fucking rubber, man. Like, there's this 16-year-old kid. No, I take that back. He's probably 18 now because we've been training a couple years. God, I'm getting old. And I don't understand, dude. I've seen him get literally, because he does Muay Thai, too. I'll see him get, like, single leg picked and, like, and then just bounce back up. I'm like, bro, I would have laid there for a solid minute, like.
Well, when you're that young, man, you're so indestructible.
Yeah. Like, and everything's made of like rubber. Your bones don't break.
Oh, dude, you can chop your freaking limb off and grow back like a newt.
Yeah. Do you like jiu-jitsu more than judo, or do you favor one?
I think I like jiu-jitsu more. Just because it's kind of more complete in a sense, like leg attacks are allowed. Wrestling is more of a viable option. You've got more tools in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
But I'm really not. I'm kind of slowly becoming less of a fan of sport jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, it's a very interesting role. You know what I mean? Because like, it's funny because you get points from escaping guard. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, you're in guard, point. You know, oh, point. You know what I mean? Like, so like, are you really winning that? You know what I mean? Or are you running away?
Yeah.
You know, and I get it. I think everything has its point, but I don't train jiu-jitsu for the sport, for what that's worth. You know what I mean? I train because I want to, like, I want it to be confident in the fact that if I get attacked by somebody, I'll be like, oh, well, this is going to suck for you. You know what I mean?
100%. I mean, it's like a certain kind of confidence, and the self-discipline of it is really good.
Yeah. It does take a lot. It's like going to the gym. Like, it takes a different breed of people. I say this all the time, and everyone that doesn't work out just doesn't understand. Like, it takes a lot to get up every day and go to the fucking gym.
Oh, yeah.
And then to eat decent, not even healthy, but decent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you could exercise a lot of bad diet away. You just have to eat decent.
Yeah. I think there's a guy that preaches calories in and calories out, and I think that's very true to an extent. Like, if you want to try to get down to, like, 0% body fat, you better be counting every egg. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've had a lot of friends that have competed. I've dated girls that have competed and stuff, and it's a miserable existence, man.
Yeah, and people are like, they're always so angry. I'm like, no, they're angry because they haven't eaten fried chicken in months is why they're fucking angry.
They're angry because they're hungry.
Yeah.
And they don't get to eat the things that their body wants.
Yeah.
You know, like, if you have a craving for something, that's your body telling you, hey, we want something that's in this food.
I don't know if that's entirely true, because people crave crack cocaine.
Yes, they do.
But no, I get you, yeah.
Well, to your point, I'll raise you this. There's a pretty less well-known story about this guy. He got lost on a fishing trip. And he was, like, floating around in the ocean, by all dead to rights, he was fucked.
Yeah.
But he's like, somehow he was catching fish. I don't know if he had a rod, whatever. But he said he started getting these weird cravings for things. So, like, all of a sudden he, like, really, really want to eat the eyes of the fish. Or, like, this part of the fish.
Yeah.
Like, why is that? And then he later wound up finding out it's because the eyes of the fish wound up having fresh water.
That's interesting.
So even though his rational brain couldn't figure it out, his body was like, yeah, we want what's in that.
Yeah. They say the two worst things you can do if you're trapped at sea is to eat seagulls and drink salt water.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And, like, and I guess, you know what I mean? Like, salt water will kill you.
Oh, yeah.
And make you hallucinate. I think to be trapped at sea, that would be one of the worst, like, exposure, to die of exposure would suck.
Dude, you're baked in the sun all day, and you're surrounded by water, and you can't drink it. That's the biggest mind fuck.
There's a show on fucking Amazon. It's absolutely horrible. It's just, like, the acting. It's not even acting. It's real people talking, so it's obviously not acting. But there's one where this group of people flipped a sailboat, and they were, like, on a raft for, like, 5 days. And they're, like, jumping in the water, and, like, a shark came by and bit this girl's leg off, and she was slowly dying in the boat. And, like they have a, like, float raft, and, like, at the end of the, like, they've been out there for, like, a week, and, like, the bottom of the boat's filled with feces and piss and blood. And then, anyways, 2 survived, but they started, like, one guy was he started drinking salt water, he started looking for his car. And he jumped off, and, like, sharks got him and stuff.
Jesus.
Like, I think exposure and being eaten alive would be not the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think I want to get eaten.
No, I've thought about this before, right? Like, if I was going to choose how I would go, I think I've got, like, 2 kind of ideas. Like, let's say, imaginary, like, terminal situation, right? You're like, okay, you're going to die in 6 months. Like, option 1, like, I'm really, really old.
Yeah.
So I choose, I'm just going to go skydive.
Yeah.
And I'm just not going to pull the chute.
Yeah, instantaneously.
Yeah, you get wiped out, and then you get, like, a pretty badass cinematic kind of way of getting out. Maybe, like, put on, like, some good tunes.
Yeah.
You know, on the way down.
Will you free falling?
Yeah. Yes, actually.
I've gone skydiving, and it's weird because when you jump, you have, like, an instant of fear, and then it's like, I'm a god. Yeah. You know what I mean? And, like, it's hard to explain to someone that hasn't gone skydiving, but you feel like a fucking god. Like, you're like, nothing can touch me except the ground.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think if I were to go, I'd want to go out in, like, some heroic way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if I had to run into a building to save somebody, that would be cool. Like a burning building.
Super cool.
And, like,
someone on the way of a bus.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would also choose bank robbery, death by cop.
Yeah, I think death by cop would be pretty
badass.
But you know what I mean? I think I'd go in the bank robbery, not hurt anyone in the bank.
Yeah, no.
And then come out and be like, all right, like...
Yeah, just firing blanks off. Like.
Yeah. he had no ammo.
Imagine, that'd actually be a pretty sick troll.
Oh, have like a little, like a note attached to you, like, I'm dead anyways.
Oh my god.
Well, it's funny because I often
Or it's like just a picture of that.
Yeah.
Like made you look, motherfucker.
On your shirt as they shoot.
Get his shirt off.
Oh, I got us.
That's the game, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it's funny because like I'm already dead, like on the inside, like the way the world has been, like through all the George Floyd shit, COVID. Like I think the world has definitely seen the worst of everything. You know what I mean? Like in our like generation, we've gone through a lot of shit, especially if you're born in the early '90s, like 9/11, two depressions, all this, and like it's wild to me because like now like my fear of death isn't as big. Like I was like, oh, I want to stay alive, you know. Like now I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, don't make me a vegetable. I don't want to be a vegetable. No. Like, kill me or don't. Like,
no, like quadriplegic is definitely like the worst case scenario.
Yeah, I think a coma.
Coma's super bad.
I think I would rather be a quadriplegic than a coma, but not by much.
Nah, by much. Well, here's the question: if I'm in the coma, am I just basically dreaming? In which case, that could be pretty rad.
Or are you in a coma right now?
Yeah,
wake up.
Ooh, the existential dread just set in.
So you know how Brandon's always like sucking down Red Bull. Somehow that kid is like a monster, but still eats like shit and drinks trash.
Yeah.
He was telling me, he's like, you know, one day my liver's gonna fail, I'm gonna go into a coma. I'm like, Brandon, I fucking swear to God, I was like, if you go into a coma, I will come to the hospital all the time. I'll dress you in females' clothes and paint your fucking nails. I was like, I just want you to know, I'll read the same children's book to you over and over again. I was like, so you probably don't want to do that because I'm gonna be the forever troll.
Oh my God.
And I'll get TikTok famous over it.
I'm gonna be your own personal Satan.
Like I'm gonna be like, I told him not to do this. I was like, and now Brandon, what do you think? Oh, he can't say anything. Do you like yellow toenails? I'll just shave one leg.
Let's try the shade of blush today.
Do you makeup tutorials? God, I'm so sorry, Brandon, but I'm not.
Makeup tutorials on your comatose friends. That's the darkest social media channel I can think of.
Here we are again with I'm a coma. Today we're gonna try bat wings.
My friend the comatose. Do you think that's worse? Yeah, that's definitely darker than that whole Jake Paul and the dead body thing.
I don't know. I watched that for the first time.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the real video, but I saw his apology stuff. And, like, I don't know. I just think he's an idiot.
Oh, yeah, no, he's dumb.
He's got hands now, but I think he's an idiot.
He's dumb, but at the same time, he's hella smart. Because, I mean, he's, like, huge on social media. He's super rich.
Yeah. I just think anyone with a camera around them enough could become famous.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, that's another reason why I'm trying to post every day now.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing.
It's a huge thing. The algorithm loves that shit.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the world needs someone, like, the content, like, demand is never ending.
And girls are so good at it, dude. Like,
yeah, they're really good
at it. I don't understand. They just, but a lot of the content is garbage. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like, I guess I feel embarrassed to let people see my flaws a lot.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so, like, if I fuck up, I'll, like, delete it and I'll do it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I had a friend who, she has, like, a pretty crazy following. I'm like, how, like, did you do that, you know? And, like, she was like, I'm like, your posts don't really seem to be that much of anything special. It's like, one's her, like, standing in a Walmart, you know? And she's like, honestly, like, I just keep it real. Like, I don't, like, try to, like, make my life some kind of highlight reel. I just, like, post, like, if I'm going through some shit, I'd be like, oh, this is what it is. Like, and people like being authentic. You know?
You know, I know this other... It's not Nikki, is it? Mm-mm. Okay, so I know this girl named Nikki that does that. And she just gets on, like, once a day. And she talks about how her day goes. And I'm like, I don't want to hear you talk. But,
that's why I'm
but
like...
37,000 people do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I in my mind, I'm like, those 37,000 people are probably sitting in a trailer in, like, Oklahoma, scratching their belly button lint in their socks and underwear, watching you talk about your day, like, I'd take such good care of you.
Oh my God.
You know, and like,
I just think it's hilarious to think that all of her followers are people in trailers in Oklahoma.
Yeah,
it was just,
or like some fucking landlocked thing in the middle of the states,
like flyover state.
Yeah, well, no. So I drove through like the States, and we broke down in Goodland, Kansas. And there are more toilets than people in Goodland, Kansas. And the biggest thing they have is a Walmart. It's a super Walmart. It's by far the biggest Walmart I've ever seen in my life. It looks like, you ever see, the fuck is that movie? Idiocracy?
Yeah.
You know, like when they go in the Costco and everything's like falling over? It looks just like that. And no, everyone is dumb as bricks there.
Yeah.
They're probably really smart when it comes to
salt of the earth, I'm sure, like, very nice people.
Like when it comes to farming or whatever the fuck they do out there, grow toilets probably.
Hey man, farmers are important as shit. Without farmers you don't eat.
Yeah, without a doubt. But like when it comes to just like funny things, you know what I mean? No. Just like, oh, I locked my keys in the car. They're like, oh my. Well, that's not how you do it. Like you could probably pick the lock or like wedge something open.
You know, AAA's been around a long time.
Yeah. But I feel like that goes both ways because I feel like there are fucking stupid fucking people in the middle of the city too.
Oh yeah, people are dumb as fuck everywhere you
go. You know, like I've seen posts of people are like, yeah, tell those farmers they can just get their vegetables at the grocery store, and it's like
the grocery stores get their vegetables from the farmers.
They just want to smack your face into a wall, like.
Oh my god, there's this thing called, I actually saw this on Joe Rogan one time, vegan cats.
No.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's like people that are vegan and they like
make their cats
go vegan and they're all sick.
Okay, what's worse, being a vegan cat or being in a coma?
Vegan cat.
Yeah. Oh, it's time for your broccoli.
Like they're super sick and it's like they're literally like, look at you, Bubbles, like, blah, 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 like see, then you don't have to eat meat, like,
and they literally, all their teeth are sharp, all their teeth are for killing.
No, they're vegan cats, all their teeth are falling out, and like, they die like 3 years old, they're like, you were too good for this world, Bubbles. It's like, no, you fucking poisoned your cat to death, dude.
So, alright, so I am a dog owner, and I'm decently responsible. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not, like, watching everything the dog eats, but I know better than to feed it onions, or chocolate, and, man, I meet these people, and they're like, oh, leftovers, give it to the dog.
I'm like, drives me insane.
I'm like, do you know what's in that? I was like, this is why your dog is 200 pounds and has fucking thyroid problems. They're like, oh, he's got bad hips. I'm like, no, Kathy, your dog is dying from poison.
Yeah.
Like,
your dog's obese.
And it's a lot to say if your dog's fat. You know what I mean?
Because you have to have a choice in that.
You have to feed your dog.
Yeah.
Like, when you see a human that's fat, it's like, you did that to you. But when you see a dog that's fat,
someone did that to you.
You did that.
Yeah.
You did that.
Someone did that to that dog.
And you see, like, the videos of them, like, exercising the dogs in the water, and you're like, man, just let it go.
Yeah.
Just let it go.
Well, I mean, how much did it really cost?
It's got to cost more at that point.
Don't ask me why I know this, but it costs $100 to euthanize a dog.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
It's a lot cheaper and a lot more humane to just kill the dog.
Yeah. So, when I worked on a farm out in Oregon, and one of the dogs got loose to kill all these chickens, and the farmer called us up and was like, you better pay for the fucking chickens, and like, no, and they go, like, we're all like, holy fuck, and the guy's like, my dog! He's like, I'm like, we're not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
I was like, he just shot the fucking dog. I was like, you're out of your fucking mind, you're insane. Like, I'm not fucking with this guy. Like, this man's best friend. This man's best friend, he just put a bullet in. You think he don't even like you?
Dude, he just wasted your dog.
Like, I get it though, it's a different place out there, you know.
Oh yeah,
all those fucking chickens.
Like I've got family out in the sticks and stuff, and like to them, like yeah, like I love my dog, but at the end of the day, it's a dog.
Yeah,
a dog is a dog is a dog.
Yeah,
and like I do kind of have that mindset as well, but it's mainly because I don't want to be a blubbering mess when my dog dies.
Yeah,
you know.
So, no,
like,
I feel you.
There's
it's
a
like,
healthy separation there. It's like I love you, but you're my dog.
Yeah, no, I get it. And it's crazy because there's so many different like kinds of dogs. Like you have like the labs are like the sweetest things in the world, but then you have the abused pit bull that the one time you turn your back, like it mauls you, and people are like, oh no, you know, it's your fault the dog mauled you. And I'm like, yes, it is, because you knew that dog's capabilities, and you like, I think you gotta respect everything.
Way to blame the victim, Joe.
Yeah.
We got a victim murder in the house.
But you knew, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Carry a loaded gun around with your finger on the trigger enough times, you're probably gonna shit.
Dude, I don't really have that much sympathy, you know, for people when they have consequences for their actions. It's like, oh, like...
Aha, we meet again. The consequences of my own actions.
Yeah, God forbid.
No, I definitely agree. Like, I think it goes, like, with a lot, too. Like, I'm not trying to say that people deserve to get beat up or anything. No. But you go in the bar drunk talking shit, and you get your ass kicked. Yeah. It's kind of like, you know, maybe you can have your opinions, but just, like, maybe not scream them at people.
Yeah, or, you know, like, just have, like, some decent, like, semblance of respect when you go out. Like, I did that security shit for a while.
Yeah.
And before I kind of got into that line of work, you know, I would go out and I would see bouncers and I wouldn't really think anything of them. You know, there's, like, people that are there, you know. Yeah. But I never really considered them to be, like, you know, dicks or whatever. Mm-hmm. Now, I had a run-in with one time. His brother was there with all of his buddies, like 15 guys, and, like, he was talking shit. And my buddy was like, hey, man, like, what's the deal? Like, why are you talking shit to us? And the guy was like, we're going to kick your ass. So I go up to the bouncer, I'm like, hey, man, these guys kind of threatened us. You know, I don't want to be y'all's problem, so if, you know, you do anything, we'll just take it off y'all's property. You know, I don't want to be... He goes, hey, man, I appreciate you telling me. I just hope it wasn't my brother that was, you know, talking shit. He tends to do that. Yeah. Well, guess what? It is his fucking brother. So that bouncer and then all these dudes came out to beat my ass. Sweet. And I'm like, we're standing against the outside wall. It was at Pine State.
Oh, sweet.
So back in the day, it was like downtown sports bar. Mm. And it was bad because that night was like beer pong. So it was like $3 drafts or whatever it was. And they ran out. That keg ran out. So they changed it to like a 10% beer. Yeah. So people were hammered. Yes. Like blackout drunk. And I'm just drunk enough. Like my buddy's like... He's the sober of the two of us. He goes, hey, man, we don't want any trouble, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting there like, I fucking do. And this guy's like, oh, well, it's too late for that. And I was like, I used to smoke back then. I'm like, all right, that's going to fucking be. Let's go. Wham! I hit the first dude, and he just blew up. Yeah. It was like the Irish in me was like so excited.
Here we go. Give me again. Bam, 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 bam. You know, I feel like there's a lot to be said that people like, I don't want to get hit, but after you hit me a couple of times, I'm just like, yeah, we're doing it now. Like,
I'm going to have my fun.
You know what I mean? I'm not going to go out of my way to get punched in the face, but like, once you get that tingle and that taste of blood, and it's just like, well, dude, cave the face in.
I've literally never started a fight in my whole life.
And I've finished a couple.
And I've probably been in, I would say more than 100. Tenerife.
Yeah, I know, I agree. I feel like a lot of that, like watching you bounce, and like a lot of people disagree with me, I don't really give a fuck. It's like, martial arts shows a lot of restraint. What you can do and what you do is completely different. You know what I mean? Like, I have the ability to break someone's wrist. Have I broken anyone's wrist? No. Fuck no, I haven't. No. Maybe. But not on purpose. You know what I mean? Well, but it exists. I have that, like, I turn it on. Yeah. Just like the other day I was telling you about. I can turn it on and turn it right back off. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, like, the thing that used to bother me a lot was, like, some of the bartenders there would, you know, like... not have the full story, so like, oh, there's Jake talking to girls goofing off again. It's like, no, you don't understand. Like,
yeah, but when they're in trouble, who are they gonna call?
I take this job very seriously. Yeah, I'm very good at what I do, and I'll tell you what made me good at that job was not only was I very good at getting people out of there and like controlling fights, it was getting the dude out of there without hurting him. Yeah, like someone's a danger to himself and others when he's drunk and he's violent, he's aggressive. It's like, no, I'm going to calm you down. I'm going to embarrass the shit out of you. Yeah. I'm going to take the fight out of you, but I'm not going to hurt you, even though you're trying really fucking hard.
There are some people out there that like never train and they just have an iron fist. Yeah. And I don't like...
that touch of death, man.
Yeah. Some people like fucking Tony. Tony just has a cannon for an arm.
He's got that touch of death.
And it's just like, bro, where did that come from, bro? Like,
it's genetic.
Where did you learn that? Did you learn that in the hood, bro? Like, and like, I've seen him... They had the... When we were going through the code thing, he fucking laid out 3 people on the dance floor.
Yeah, he told me about that.
I'm like... They're dropping the N-bomb towards him and stuff. I mean, he had every right.
Every right, dude. Every right.
And I watched the first one connect. I was like, ooh. I'm like, they're dead. One of them's dead. And like, I was talking to him, I'm like, Tony. And like, he's a very peaceful, simple guy. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, he's not stupid, but he's just very simple. Like, he's like, I didn't want to hit him, but they made me hit him, and I hit him as hard as I could. I'm like, yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you put a hole in his freaking head, dude.
And like, I think at like 20 years old, before you get your right before you turn 21, you just need to get punched really hard in the face one time.
By a grown man.
By a grown man. And know that exists. Yeah. Because some people just don't know.
Dude, I mean, it's painfully obvious working in that job because you just deal with the worst of the worst. Like, having bartended too, like, yeah, you deal with shitty customers, but you're insulated from that worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh no, I'm gonna try to hurt you now, and all of my friends are gonna try to do it too.
Yeah.
And you get to see like very much because like we don't get to be the good guy, we're the bad guy.
Yeah.
You know,
always it's always your fault.
And they're always nice. They were way nicer to me when I was a bartender because it's like I've got your fix, I've got your alcohol.
Yeah, I got you.
You're gonna be nice to me. I've got what you want.
Yeah.
But the bouncer, it's like I ain't got a damn thing you want.
Yeah.
But I got everything you don't want.
Yeah, I got you to stay outside.
Yeah.
Like
I'm gonna kill your good time.
And who are they gonna believe? You know, I mean, right or wrong, they're always gonna believe a sober bouncer over a drunk,
absolutely,
blubbering idiot.
Because I'm there to do a job, you know, and they're there to goof off.
So it's funny you say that. Get your fix because we had this chick that worked with me at Little City for a while, and it was her first bartending gig. They hired her because she was hot. One of those, you know what I mean? And this guy, I taught her how to pour. You know, pour like a legit shot.
Yeah. This
guy was ordering whiskey with a splash of rocks or a splash of Coke.
Yeah.
So she was thinking you fill all of it up full of whiskey and then you splash Coke. No, a shot of whiskey and splash Coke on it. I came in there one Wednesday and there's this old man named Barry, and he actually used to be Special Forces. He was like the president's right guy. He's got pictures and shit. He could be bullshitting. I believe him. He's got some fucking medals. But he fucking come in there. Barry's got his wheelchair. And he's fucking stumbling around. I'm like, what did you do? He's like, he's only had 4. And then I'm like, 4? And then I was like, why is his glass all the way up? She's like, Booker's with a splash of Coke, right? I'm like, with a splash of Coke? I'm like, you're giving this man 3 shots at one time. I'm like, you're gonna kill him.
Yeah.
Like, he's gotta walk. What is going on?
This dude's like 15 shots deep.
He's fucking twisted, man.
Oh my god, that's horrifying.
I had to take him home one night, and my truck's all jacked up.
Yeah.
And he's probably 6'3" when he stands all the way up, but he's all crunched over. And he wheels this thing over, and then fucking A just hops right up in my truck. I'm like, is this a ploy? And then he's like, no, my back's fucked. And I get him I took him to Ruckus, and he pops right down out of my truck. I'm like, what the fuck? And like, call me crazy. I bet you he has one good one left in him. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, absolutely.
Like,
oh yeah, a guy like that, like, it's very much what's that old stupid damn Toby Keith is like, I'm as good once as I ever was.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's kind of a real thing, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, my fucking stepdad at UCM, he's fucking, I bet you he's 145 pounds. But that motherfucker been turning wrenches his whole life. That motherfucker has got the grip of death on him,
rip
dude.
Your arm off.
Back when I was younger, I used to watch him pick engines up. This is probably why my back's fucked up. So I wanted to be like Dad. And I'm trying to pick up fucking Chevy 350 big blocks, or small blocks, and crush them over. And I was putting a starter in a fucking diesel Cummins when they started like this big. It probably weighs 80 pounds. I'm like trying to hold it in there. He slides under this. I mean, keep in mind he's probably 55 at this time. Slides right in there. He goes. I'm like, where did that come from? Like,
just stupid good muscle memory.
Yeah.
Like, so that's an interesting thing about strength, right?
Yeah.
So I would wager maybe 70%, in my opinion, strength is neuromuscular adaptation. Like just the efficiency of your muscle fibers to be able to fire.
Yeah.
You know?
Instead of trying to lift something like this, you know to lift it like this.
Yeah. And even more than that, it's actually just the brain and the muscles connecting. So like that's why like when you start really like training strength, you don't really notice, like you don't, to the eyeball, you don't really seem to be that much bigger.
Yeah.
But you can lift way more kind of out of nowhere. You're like, well, no, it's because your brain and your muscles are learning to tell.
Yeah.
So when you've been just digging out that neural pathway for
that's the thing with form versus trying to brute strength it. Yeah.
Yeah, for decades.
Definitely.
Like, yeah, you're going to be good at something.
I think a lot of strength is mental too. Like,
oh yeah,
if you don't think you can lift it, you're never going to lift it. You know what I mean?
I remember I was helping this girl with the deadlift one time. She was trying to PR. And I feel kind of bad about it when I think about it, but I mean, I don't at the same time. So she was going for, I forget what the weight was. But when like she went to take a break, I'm like, all right, well, come back, we'll hit it again.
Yeah.
And I threw like an extra 20 pounds on there.
Just to see.
Just, and she obviously failed it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's okay, don't worry about it. So she didn't. She was none the fucking wiser. And then I'm like, okay, well, tell you what, get some water, and we're going to come back and hit it one more time.
Yeah.
So then I took the weight off, and so her PR. But in her head, she's like, oh, this is below my PR.
Yeah.
So I can hit this because it's not what I'm going for.
Yeah.
She thinks I've hit this before, I can do it. Yanks it right up.
Yeah.
And then puts it down. She looks over, she's like, oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
definitely. You know, and it's funny because like I remember when I was younger, I could lift a lot more, but it was horrible form. Like I bet you I could probably still do 225 for reps on a bench, but I just don't because like I got a bad shoulder.
You only get 2 shoulders, man.
Yeah, and you only get one dominant one.
Yeah.
Like you see me in the gym, like you're like put some weight on there, like I could, but like it might be the last time.
Yeah.
The shoulder thing is it's a scary thing because it's one side of your body you can't push or pull with.
Yeah, you get one good one, and here's the problem. Like when you do hurt it, the difference in your life is so dramatic. Like I remember the first time I tore my rotator, I was strong. Yeah. And it happened, and then the next morning I wake up, I mean, I can't put dishes in the cabinet.
Yeah, or driving, like you're
like
holding like this.
Oh, yeah. And you're like, oh, so now I'm pretty much useless. And
yeah.
It's hard on your brain.
Yeah, you feel less.
You feel less.
And you feel like you're deteriorating. Like, when I threw my back out, I was going up on a bulk, and I was sitting at, like, 190, like, stout. And then, like, once I threw my back out, I couldn't lift anymore. But I was still eating 3,000 calories a fucking day because it was just...
Yeah.
That's what I was doing for the last 2-3 months, you know what I mean? And boy, oh boy, like, I just watched my stomach bloat and my arms shrink. I'm like, God, what is wrong?
Yeah.
And I've been fighting that. I finally getting back to a point now where I can start seeing my abs again, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like goals to have, like, a six-pack. I would like it, you know what I mean? Sure. But, like, I would rather be strong and like, healthy and be, you know what I mean, than be absolutely shredded and unhealthy. You know what I mean?
Well, man, like, having some body fat on you is actually really, really healthy.
Yeah, I don't think it's maintainable to stay under, like, 15% all the time.
No, it's not really good for you.
You just need that 1 week in the summertime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Really.
You just need the 1 week for the pictures at the beach, and then, like, then kick back, you know, to eat some pasta.
Hell yeah. Well, it's the weirdest thing, man. Like, I've been 6% body fat since I was in high school.
Yeah.
You know, and, like, now that I'm about to be 30, like, I've noticed over the past couple of years, it's slowing down a little bit. Mm. So when I started really getting serious about lifting, 5,000-6,000 calories every day.
Yeah.
Stay lean. And
that's a lot of fucking calories.
It was super necessary. And people are like, you didn't really eat that much. I'm like, yeah, I bet you did.
It's not really hard to eat that much. It's as long as you keep eating. You know what I mean? Like, people are like, oh, it looks so much when you put it in front of you. But if you wake up at 9 and you just like a yogurt, 10 o'clock, 6 eggs, you know what I mean? 11 o'clock, like some oats. And then you just keep going throughout the day, just always munching. Yep. I think a good way I got all my calories in was fucking pork rinds. That one helped a lot. And then I was getting my fats from a lot of avocados. I fucking hate avocados. I'm really good at mindlessly eating sometimes. Like, I'll just, like, stare at the TV and just, like...
Just staring into the middle distance like a fucking death row.
I see you at the gym sometimes eating. I was like, I know that fucking...
Yeah.
It's gotta go in. It's gotta go in.
You know, it's like, what is, like, the guy from The Matrix is like, I don't even see the code no more. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't even see the food. It's just going in. Like...
And it's, you know, people are like, oh, I can never drink a gallon of water a day. I'm like, bro, I just watched you drink 10 beers in a night. Come on,
You just drank a gallon of beers.
Like, you can drink a gallon of water. You know what I mean? Just sip on it all the time.
Well, it's like, people, I talk to so many people, you know, they're like, oh, water doesn't taste like anything. Water's, you know, this, that, or the other. I'm like, dude, water is the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
No, it's funny because
water's so good.
When you're really young, you're like, coffee's the adult drink. And then when you get to coffee, you're like, alcohol is the adult drink. And then when you get, like, in your 30s or close to, you're like, water.
It's water.
Water is the drink.
It's water, dude. Water is the truth and the life.
I was listening to this podcast the other day talking about how our water has changed. Because we get, like, you know, tap water, and, you know, places don't have clean water. But there is, like, a very strong link to bottled water and what's it called? Like, autistic births, defunctions, deformations.
Yeah.
And it's because they sit in these plastic bottles, and the sun hits it, and it makes sense. You know what I mean? I imagine glass is probably, you know, better for you, but, like, at the same time, you could argue, like, also with the invention of plastic bottles, the murder rate has gone up.
Oh, yeah, I mean? Absolutely. And there's been a million other things, man. Like, so I was kind of interested in that as well, and one thing I had the great misfortune of learning is our detergent.
You know, it's funny you said, but keep going.
So there's a buttload of chemicals in our laundry detergent that are all known to cause birth defects.
Really?
Yeah, they're known to do it, and no one seems to give a shit.
So I used to not use fabric softener, but this last 2-3 years, because I live with a girl, I make fabric softener for clothes, and I've noticed that I get really bad acne all down my fucking back, and I stopped using that fabric softener, and it hasn't like gone away completely, but it's like subsided, and like, I am the worst. I fucking pick at my skin all the time. People like, stop that. It's scars. Like, it's my fucking body. I'll fucking pop my zits if I want to.
My choice.
Ooh, too soon.
Too soon.
But it's weird. You know what I mean? Like that I think maybe it's psychosomatic, but I feel like that's coming from. I also changed my soap.
Oh, soap is huge.
Yeah. I don't.
Even your deodorant.
I don't use Old Spice fucking body wash anymore. I don't use Axe. I always get like soap bars now.
Yeah.
I still have a thing of Old Spice in the shower. Just like you never know like, when you have to smell fresh like now.
Right.
But I feel like we lather on and put things in our body so much. Like Bang is horrible for you, but I drink it all the time. I know it's horrible for you, but I feel like a person when I drink it.
Oh yeah. So I used to teach kickboxing. It was like a 9 a.m. Saturday class, and this was like really early on when I was bouncing at Tin Roof, like pretty much when I started.
Over at Tap Out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
And you close the bar, you get home, it's like maybe for a bouncer you get home it's like 3:30. You bartend, it's like 5. Turning around and waking up and teaching kickboxing in the morning.
Yeah.
The worst.
Yeah.
Like I would be so dead. And in that class it was like 2 or 3 fighters. There's a couple like ex-fighters. There's some, like guy with a couple cops, and then some like weekend warrior types. So it's like you gotta be on, dude.
Yeah,
you gotta be on. I'm like, dude, no. And I discovered this beautiful lemon drop Bang, and I would just hammer one down before practice.
Was it lemon drop for you? Oh, bro.
Oh my god, I just bam pound that thing because it tastes kind of like a Sprite. And like this is as approachable as something I can drink early in the morning.
Yeah,
and not for that diabetes.
It's like you have a white air on you.
Yeah.
No, I think it sucks because they do come out with really good flavors.
Yeah.
I think also it's funny because before Bang was actually like a real thing. What was I drinking a lot of? Not Red Bull. What the fuck was the other one? Rain. I was drinking Rain. I was drinking Rain a lot. But it's like, I don't know. It could easily be replaced by just eating better and eating your vitamins. But at the same time, it's just like you wake up in the morning, you're like, I'm gonna eat a full meal and fucking then I gotta go teach class.
Yeah.
Fuck no, man. I also noticed like back to like coffee, like real coffee is way better for you. People drinking like these canned coffees, and like, bro, that is so bad. And don't get me wrong, I still drink it, but like I know it's bad. And I still do it. Like smoking, like I still smoke, and like I know it's horrible for me, but I enjoy it. But we still fucking do it all the time.
Yeah, what is that, right? Where it's like something's bad for you and you do it anyway?
Yeah, like
what is that?
Taboo? No, it's not taboo. Fuck is it called? There is a fucking word for that. There's probably some guy in Goodland, Kansas that knows it.
Probably does, man. It's probably...
It's what she called.
Yeah, you dumb motherfuckers.
Yeah, I fuck my sister all the time. I know it's bad, but... Oh, God, they're gonna fucking find me.
Oh, my God.
You know what, I noticed about going to, like, class and, like, Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu. There are some nasty fucking people in this world that, like, just don't shower. And I'm like, bro, why? Like, just wash your stink.
It's
or, you know what fucking drives me nuts the worst? Is when people walk barefoot off the mat into the bathroom and back to the mat. Yeah. And I'm like, you're a nasty fuck, bro.
Now you got pee feet.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm like, no, that is fucking disgusting.
That's foul.
You know what I mean? Or people step on the mat with their shoes on. They're like, I don't see what the big deal is. I'm like, the big deal is your shoes are fucking disgusting and you're about to roll around on this floor. Like, clean mats.
Yeah.
That's like with MRSA. That's where MRSA comes from.
Yeah, dude.
You want good staph infection? Oh, fuck right.
MRSA's brutal. We had a couple of kids on the wrestling team that got it.
Yeah.
This one guy, Brian, I mean, he got it almost fucking face.
Oh,
dude.
sweet.
And they were like, you can never wrestle again. And you also can't play football. It was like, cause
give me your helmet back.
Yeah, like, dude, you're done. Like, you can't. Oh. It's brutal. I had impetigo on my knee.
What's impetigo?
Impetigo is a flesh-eating bacteria. Mm-hmm. So, very much true to the name, like, the skin and, like, the flesh on the inside of my knee just started falling off.
Hot.
It was disgusting.
Yes.
I mean, I couldn't believe it. It was hilarious because, like, I had this, like, weird, like, kind of rash, like a pimple, whatever. I'm like, that looks kind of iffy. And one of my buddies on the team was like, don't be a pussy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this has nothing to do with that.
People are weird. Like,
it's so weird.
Your finger's like rotten away. Like, don't be a bitch. It's fine. It's just like, all right. So I was bartending one night and I fucking jammed my hand in a well and a fucking pour spout jammed underneath my fucking cuticle. Right? Oh, yeah, sounds great, right?
Bamboo shoot torture.
So because I'm not a bitch, I just kept working, and my hand got wet and dry and wet, and then it got infected, right? So then at work, I had to start wearing finger condoms, right? And it, like, I guess it like fermented, you know, like a fine cheese. It smelled so bad, dude. I'd take that finger condom off, like, I'd wash it, I'd put disinfectant. Anyways, shortly after that, I started getting strep throat all the time, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? So when I was sleeping, I'd like bite my finger. So I was fucking sucking the cheese juice out of my fucking finger in my sleep. I got strep throat 6 times in over 3 months, right? They're like, we're gonna have to take your tonsils out. And I'm like, every time I go in there too, every time I go into urgent care, they give me a shot of penicillin for my throat. I'm like, hey, can you do something about my finger? Anyways, COVID hit. I didn't have to bartend anymore, so my fingers weren't being wet and all that shit.
Yeah.
And it like went away. And I remember the day it clicked. I was like, bro, I was sucking my fucking bacteria. You know, I guess like when you have a wound, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's horrifying.
I got plantar warts once, and that sucked.
Dude, I had plantar warts on my big toe when I was a kid, and they went away.
Really? I had to get mine cut out.
Mine just randomly went away. Oh, I did a lot of bathroom surgery back then.
Yeah.
But then I just left it alone.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Mine got bad. It was like deep.
Yeah.
So when they cut mine out, they take this giant razor blade and they scuff it. Yeah. And I couldn't figure out how... I got it a couple times, but that was like the worst. I couldn't figure out where I was getting it from, and I realized what I was doing while I was in the gym. I was going to Fitness Connection over on Pleasant Valley. I'd go get everything. I'd wear my little flip-flops and shit, and then I'd take my flip-flops and get in the shower. And like it never like that transition never happened to me because shower's clean. And that's how I was getting them. And I was like, oh my god, I'm pee feet.
God. There's nothing wrong with making mistakes, Joe.
You gotta learn.
You gotta learn from them.
Now when I'm in the fucking the gym, I'll throw like if I don't have my sandals, I'll throw fucking Fuck is my phone blowing for?
Oh, dude, I will not go barefoot in a damn locker room.
Yeah.
No.
Sometimes judging on the school, I don't know if I want to get on the mats. You know what I mean? I watch the practices. Like you go to like a taekwondo studio where you see all the kids running around, and you're like, well, no.
Mm-mm. No, and you can learn a lot about a gym too, like if they're wiping down the mat between classes.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
It's a big thing.
My buddy Carl, he does the mats, and he has like an industrial sprayer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, I was like, but you gotta love it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't ever worry at Gracie.
Yeah.
About stuff like that. Even their bathrooms are spotless. You know what I mean? That. It's just how it's got to be.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
You don't want to be the stinky kid in class.
No one wants to be the smelly kid in class, dude. Horrifying.
You know, so alright, kind of on the subject, I have this idea for a brilliant invention. Flavored mouth guards.
That's actually a pretty great idea.
That doesn't sound bad, right?
Yeah,
but not like overpowering flavor.
No, yeah.
But like if you bite on it real hard, maybe it just gives you like a touch of cherry
just
or
a
something.
Fruit gusher action.
You know what I mean? Yeah, or maybe it's something that tastes bad that pisses you off. Like
God, the taste of defeat.
Like literally defeat.
Yeah.
The pee-feet. Oh that's God. What I can name it. Defeat.
Defeat. A foot flavored mouth guard.
Oh.
That probably wouldn't sell well.
You know, I always wonder if people think my ghee smells good or bad.
I wonder the same thing.
But I've rolled with some guys, and this is gonna sound so gay, and I'd like smell their ghee. I'm like,
it smells so good.
I'm like, what is this? Who does your laundry, sir?
So there was this guy. I was my wrestling partner like junior, senior year, and like he always wore like this like crew neck sweater, But I guess his mom washed it in something, man.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, wrestling is a winter sport, so it's cold.
Yeah.
It's miserable. And you get down there, and then the mat room, and the mats are rock hard. And
Yeah.
cold as shit. And you gotta warm up. You gotta roll around to warm up.
Yeah.
And fucking, I'd be like, Chris, you're on bottom. And I would just jump on his back and be like, just this warm, fresh fucking sweater. I'm like, it smelled like a meadow, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, yeah.
I think I like winter jiu-jitsu over summer jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Because Gracie, I'm sure, has AC. But it doesn't have the best AC.
Yeah.
I also think rolling in the summertime will make you a man.
It will make you a man.
You want to fucking be a Viking warrior, roll in fucking 90-degree heat and suck wind. It's hot inside, it's hot everywhere. But like
The walls are sweating and shit.
You get a good warm up when it's cold outside and like you're rolling around and like you're sweating but you're not hot.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
right.
You know, I love that shit, man.
Just right.
Also, I have one gi. It's my white gi, the gi that everyone starts out with, and it's like it feels like a fucking bathrobe, and it is so hot, and it's so thick, and like.
That's another reason I don't like gi, man.
You know, it's funny because I like gi a lot. I do like no gi better, but I like gi a lot for like some like stupid things because I have so many more finishers with.
Oh
gi.
yeah.
Like,
well, it's like, you know, John Danaher. He's like, what's a gi, right? It's basically a rope.
Yeah.
With sleeves.
Yeah.
So
it's like
the lapel's a rope, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, if you literally, like, if you were to undo that stitching around the jacket, it's a fucking rope.
It's a belt. You know what I mean? It's the same
dude.
shit.
It's the same thing. So like, dude, you're like, okay, now you've got a garrote, and you can just choke somebody with that shit.
And like you can even use it to crawl. You know what I mean? Like
man.
it.
Like one of the best things I ever learned was like if you're in full guard. And you can just choke up on somebody's fucking lapel and you bring them down to you. Like, hi.
Unless they're that fucking monster
Just
that like
strong,
instead of you bringing them down, you're going up. Like,
well, I mean, even still, like if I'm in guard, like that is a dominant position.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how fucking big you are. Like, I still have advantage because my hips are over yours.
yes.
So
I guess it all depends on where you're at in guard.
Yeah.
Because if you're belly down in guard, you're not. That's you know what I mean. If they have you here, yeah, you know what I mean. Like that's still a sketchy spot to be. Or my favorite is people who go like this and they put their arms out. Like why? Why are you giving me this? Like it's bad.
Well, no, I'm saying if someone's in my guard, that's a dominant position.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like if I'm in someone's guard, like I'm in trouble, dude. Like I don't like being there. You know what I mean? There's little things I can do, and that's another thing about sport jiu-jitsu that I'm not as crazy about. Just because, like, let's say if we're on a street or a sidewalk and I'm in your guard,
yeah.
Guess what? I'm going to plant you.
Yeah. No, without a doubt. Especially if you can get hip forward and hand on chest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, you definitely...
Like, ground and pound is still very much available. And if I want to, I'm going to pick you up and spike your head in the ground.
Yeah.
And I'll do it multiple times.
I think there's a lot to do with being smart doing jiu-jitsu and being smart fighting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like...
Well, I mean, if you got one person, I mean... My striking isn't great.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's good enough.
Yeah. It'll sting.
Like to a guy who's like not trained at all, or like maybe has like a year or two like striking, like yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But like a real good boxer or you know someone like that, like I'm just trying to close the gap and wrestle you, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to keep
Western boxing is really underrated.
It is. It's so underrated.
People love UFC. I'm like, but I was like, if someone a boxer's got some fucking hands, man.
Dude, they really do.
And it's funny because like I can throw hands, but like my Muay Thai background, I'm really quick to kick you right in the back of your knee.
I would way rather leg kick you.
And just get you off balance and then close distance. And here we go.
I'm just going to try to, like, that's kind of my thing, right? I like leg kicks. I like oblique kicks. I like knees and elbows.
Yeah. Elbows are dangerous, man. That's a very fucking sharp point of your body, and it's hard as a rock.
Dude, it's going to cut you open.
I will say the only bad thing about elbows is I've thrown one or two, and I've hit myself in the fucking funny bone. Yeah, I'm like,
Oh, yeah. Well, another good thing, right, is like you can just come down with that whole freaking forearm.
Yeah, this is a fucking blade, man.
Oh, yeah, it's brutal.
I was watching the fights last night at work, man.
Dude, did you see Charles Oliveira?
Yes, bro. You know,
he's so good. I mean, he's so good on his feet too.
I think there's a lot of really good upcoming UFC people.
Yeah,
because when I was growing up, Chuck Liddell
was the man.
Yeah,
dude. That was it.
And then who was the California kid? Yeah, Uriah Faber. they were all really big, and they just. I remember when Conor was on his way up,
yeah.
and they're like, I love people that talk shit
and they back it up,
and Conor's starting to not be able to.
Yeah, no, I mean,
he still got that shit talk, but I bet you he still has hands, but like.
Dude, don't get me wrong. Like he's still like one of the best fighters in the world. Like when you like look at the numbers, right? If you're on the UFC roster, period, point blank, you're one of the best fighters.
Yeah.
In the world.
Oh yeah, without doubt.
You just are.
People talk so much shit about Dana White. It's just like he's running a fucking business. Like
let's not forget, like he's running a massive multi-billion-dollar company, and he's keeping shit together. Like NFL players are fucking paid.
Yeah.
So he's he's putting on great events week after week after week with legit killers. Like these dudes are the best in the world at what they do, and they don't get paid that much.
Yeah, well, for getting their face pounded, fuck no.
I mean, you can die.
No
one's died
your
yet.
Fucking orbital collapse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dude, I've had this orbital fucking fractured twice.
I can't even tell you how many times my nose has been broken.
Oh yeah, no, I stopped counting.
It's funny because every now and then it'll kind of cock to the left, and I gotta push it back. And I'll be sleeping like when I breathe in, and then when I breathe out, like, and then like I have a bad snore now. Cause I'm getting old and I'm probably sleep paralysis. So like my girlfriend says when I sleep, I'm like, I'm like, bro, no, no,
dude. It's one of those weird feelings like when I'll be like sleeping with a girl and I'll just hear the little whistle, like, and I'm like, I bet this is as annoying to her as it is to me.
You're like right in there, you're like,
yeah, I'm just like trying to, no.
And like, what do you say? I was like, sorry, it's broken. I
don't know what to tell you.
Oh
God, just so good.
I'm just glad I don't have the whistle, like when you talk, you know, like, some people
lisp.
Like I got a little bit of a lisp, but like not the like when people like shush, honey.
Now pith.
Yeah,
that's so good. Speaking of lisps. Mike Tyson. Can we take a second to celebrate?
So
Mike
that doesn't matter though, because when you can, what do you say? I'll fuck you dead,
dude. He said some. Honestly, Conor McGregor was a great shit talker. Mike Tyson was the best shit talker.
Oh yeah, you can't.
He would get in people's heads in a really nefarious way. He's like, "I'm gonna
never
fuck you till you love me."
Yeah.
Like what?
That's like Brandon.
Children.
You met Brandon was, I'll rip your face off and use it as a condom.
Yeah.
Like,
God, that guy's the best chirper.
Yeah.
In Tenerife, for sure.
If Brandon would have trained, like really got serious about training,
if he got into it early on.
He's been in jiu-jitsu. If he would have stayed, he'd been in there 10 years. He'd probably be a black belt by now.
Oh my God.
He has the drive. He just has that Neanderthal, like.
Oh yeah.
There's always that guy in the gym that has like the big head and it's just strong, you know.
Yeah, Brandon has this weird kind of like hate strength about him, and I love it.
Yeah. When we roll around, and it's funny because like if you actually roll with Brandon one-on-one, he's strong and good, but he's not like he is when he's bouncy. But when he bounces, he's just like,
yeah.
I'm like, you didn't have that yesterday. Like, where did that? How did you just pick a 200-man up above your head? Like,
oh yeah. Well, he's just got that intent to kill, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he just hates everything so much.
You know, here's the thing that trips me out. Right, is I've never punched a single person in the face of that place.
Yeah,
and I'm the one that got fired.
Yeah, bro. You know
how did that happen?
Because it's so. Here's the thing, right? It doesn't matter what you do; it's what people like project of you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to think of another good example. Like Michael Jackson has been accused of raping kids forever. Has he?
Is there really any proof?
Yeah. Did he rape kids? I don't know. But like Cat Williams made this point. No one says that's not so many people say that about you and then be wrong.
Yeah. You know like if people in your neighborhood call you crackhead for 20 years, you're a crackhead.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Even if you don't smoke crack, you know, but you're a crackhead. You know what I mean? And like I guess that's how it's like when you go for a job, you could be overqualified, but it's not like what you know, it's who you know.
True.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. The bar industry is such a fucking, like, soul-sucking thing.
It's soul-sucking and it's fickle, man.
Yeah. You gotta be in with the in crowd and good at your job.
Yeah.
Or hot.
Or hot.
Like, gorgeous. Like,
it's like you can be 2 of the 3.
Or one really strong one.
Yeah.
Like, if you're drop-dead gorgeous and stupid, you're fine. Like the Rocks girl. The splash of coke.
Yeah, that's fair.
Drop-dead gorgeous.
Dude, I remember, you know what cracked me up is when I came back to bartend.
Mm-hmm.
One of fucking Seabass's girls came in there applying to be a bartender. And like 22, 23, just so hot.
Yeah.
I might be in trouble here.
Yeah.
I might not get this fucking job.
Yeah.
You know, because like she apparently bartended like some like volume place.
Oh.
And she's like, oh yeah, I came to apply. I was like, she comes in with the application. I'm like, oh, too late. I already got it.
Yeah.
And then Allie or whoever was like, Jake, shut up. There you have it. I'm like, shut up.
Go away.
Go away. And so she does the application, whatever, calls fucking Scott or whatever. And it's like, okay, gonna come in and interview. And then obviously I'm the one that wound up bartending.
Yeah.
But I asked Scott about it. I was like, that girl ever, wind up, whatever, is she gonna be on the schedule? She goes, oh dude, she couldn't make a fucking green tea shot.
Yeah.
I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, she tried to do like Jameson and something. I'm
yeah.
Like, oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, like, I don't know, man. Like, it's crazy because you, like, especially at, like, Tin Roof, all those bartenders, they're not ugly, but they're not smoking hot. Right. And they're not great, but they're not bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a couple exceptions here and there. But, like, it's just, like, it's always, like,
well, you just gotta be good enough to not be dead weight when
you always want someone to love you more than you love them, kind of thing.
Oh, 100%.
Like, you always want them to want the job more
than
you want them there. You know what I mean? Because then they're replaceable. Like, they were bitching the other day. They're like, Joe's this and Joe's that, and Joe never gets reprimanded. I'm like, well, I do actually all the time. But I was like, but here's the other thing. I was like, I am a good bartender, and I was like, and if I'm fired, I was like, I literally can work down the street. I was like, I am replaceable, yes. I was like, but I have another job, and everyone knows that. So it's like, it's not a threat. It doesn't threaten me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and like, I don't do well with confrontation in that way. You know what I mean? Like, I will be like, bye.
Oh yeah, well that's my thing too, man. And I think a lot of people, like, after COVID, kind of have the same mentality now.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I'm not going to stick around in a job if I'm not being given respect.
Yeah.
Like being trusted to do things the way I see them, like the way that works for me.
Yeah.
Like the best bosses I've ever had gave me the autonomy to do things my way. And I've been in plenty of jobs where the manager was a micromanaging dickbag.
Yeah.
And I left immediately.
Oh, no, yeah. It's crazy because we have this mentality of no days off, you know what I mean? But the realistic is like, no, days off.
Yeah, dude.
Days off. Fuck you.
Well, it's like, even if you're not taking like a quote unquote day off, it's like, you need to have a day off from your 9 to 5, man.
Yeah.
Like,
you have to do laundry with softener to give you acne.
You gotta be able to take care of your house, and it's like, you gotta have one day. Like, I like to have one day.
Yeah.
And like Sundays, I don't go to the gym. Like, I'll walk around, town or whatever and take pictures and
sugar drinking everything. Yeah. Look how happy I look, like sugar cane, smoking cigarettes.
Fuck yeah.
It's funny. Yeah. It's funny because like I haven't been like super strict sober like you have. Like, I'll still drink here and there, but I drink less than I don't.
Yeah.
Did I say that right? Like, I don't drink often.
Yeah.
But like when I do drink, I'll go out. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But like, I feel like having the strength to be like, I know what I need to do and doing it versus I know what I need to do, but I'm just going to sit here and talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like that's kind of the key to success,
yeah.
Right? When I would have people, when I was a coach, they'd be like, people would come to me like, hey, how do I get better at this? I see like so-and-so, they've been coming as long as I have, but, they seem like they're getting a lot better. And I'm like, look, man, it's really just this. It's like, you got to be here the days you don't want to be here, man.
Yeah, you got to show up. You got to show up. And I'm guilty of that as well. I think Mondays are my hardest day to go to class. And it's because I'm so, even though we're sitting here and we're both coherent, I am fucking, look at my shoulders. They're all like, by tomorrow, I'll be standing straight upright. I'll be in the gym. Yeah. But like, man, because I'm always bent over a bar.
Oh, yeah, that lower back.
You know what I mean? And then, like, we don't have shit for bouncers right now. So, like, fight breaks out, and they're like, go. I'm like, no, absolutely not. I am a bartender. I was like, if one of my friends is getting their ass beat, I will 100% hop over the bar. But there's no need. There's no need for me to do that. Like, no. People want to flex. I'm like, you know how you flex? I was like, go to class.
Dude,
Go to class. I was like, open mats on Saturday. You got something to prove? Come meet me in class.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, that's kind of like what I try to encourage people to do. It's like, if you really want to fight me, man, let's go to open mat.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's figure it out.
Yeah.
It might not be a bad idea to open a little fight bar in Raleigh.
Yeah.
That would actually be a pretty good idea.
Just have a mat.
And we could push our Defeat mouth guard.
Oh my god.
Sponsored by Defeat.
Fight milk.
Oh god. Oh fuck me, man. On the phone.
Dude, okay.
That's actually a really good idea.
It's a great idea. The insurance will be a nightmare.
Not if we just made inside waivers.
Interesting.
Right? Sign your life away.
How does that work?
We gotta know. There's gotta be someone. If you would like to participate in Fight Bar 101, Defeat, and sponsored by, they had a place in Wilmington that was like that. It was called The Rocks, and every Wednesday night was open, like fight night. And they had it was like a half size octagon, and you could sign up and fight. The fucked up thing is, next door upstairs was a fighting gym. I think it was like a Sambo gym. And there is a couple people in there that would come down and just beat the floor. There was this Hawaiian girl that had a braid down to her ass crack, and she was beating grown men.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Like one of our bouncers, Blake, he's in and out of jail, had no teeth. And so I ended up getting the job at The Rocks because I worked at Sticky Fingers, and he was a cook, and he was just always angry. I'm like, but him and I got along. We just like Wu-tanged it up in the kitchen all the time, and he would fight in there all the time. And like, you know, you gotta be scared. Like, people would be scared of people with like really broken noses, cauliflower ears, and if you don't have any fucking teeth left in your mouth, that is a scary man.
That's a scary man.
I like my teeth. Like, you know what I mean? A smile says a lot, and if you smile and you're...
This is a guy who doesn't care about his teeth.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about much,
he doesn't even
bro.
Smile.
Like, okay, the amount of care you have to not give to have no teeth.
No. Or like knocked out teeth.
Yeah.
You know, like, if I ever like lost like an eye tooth, like I'm missing one or two in the back, and I got a chipped one up here, but it's not like bad. But if I ever like lost a front one, I'd be in the dentist tomorrow. I'm like, no.
Oh yeah. I'm like, I'm gonna pick that son of a bitch up, and I'm gonna go to the dentist.
Yeah.
I don't care what it costs. Put it.
Or if they half of them got knocked, I'd be like, gone. Dude. Take them out. Put fake ones in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Put this thing back in my head now.
Yeah. No.
Like, I already lost my hair.
Yeah.
I can't.
I'm losing it over here, but I feel like a lot of my fuck me.
I got it.
I feel like a lot of my hair loss is between jiu-jitsu and stress.
Oh, stress is a big thing.
Like, when I get stressed, you can physically see on my head where I rub my fucking hand like this.
Yeah.
Like, when people make me mad, or like when, it's not when people make me mad, it's when they do like dumb
Stupid shit. Yeah.
And like, they're like, yeah, I put floor soap in the dishwasher, and like, you did what?
I put dish soap in the fucking dishwasher one time. Won't make that mistake again.
Brandon did it. Brandon flooded the whole upstairs bar with suds. 6 feet of suds. It was all like to knee level with the bar, and we were like, Brandon, and it wouldn't stop. It was just the dishwasher was going, and we opened it, and it was boom, and we're like, shut it. I was trying to fix the toilet in the girls' bathroom last night, and
God, that guy's just falling apart.
All right, you gotta pull it away.
Nah, damn it.
So I was trying to fucking fix it. I pushed on the plumbing, and it flushed, and it just sprayed me on the face. And Allie's got it on video of me just getting fucking doused in toilet water. Ew. And I'm like, why is it salty?
It's salty.
I don't know.
That's horrible.
I used to have a hook, but it got broken off. I walked through it one night. I had the lights off. I couldn't tell where the door started. So I put my hand out. I was like, oh, I got another step. And I was like, wham! And I was like, nope.
Oh, God. Tin Roof, man. What a magical place.
Yeah. You know, I worked there. I worked at the Village. And I worked at... I got it.
I don't understand.
I don't get it either. You still have to touch. I worked at an architect for a while.
Oh, really?
And I will say, the most ratchet place of all of them had to be fucking architect. Like, hands down, bartenders getting hammered kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like, and like, did you curse it, Jacob?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I might just do this. Look at me. I'm a man of thoughts.
Science.
But like, they hired TJ there. You know what I mean?
Dude, I love TJ.
I love TJ too, but any place that hires TJ, like, seriously, like, you have to think, like, are they desperate or are they stupid?
You gotta be willing to accept the fact that someone's gonna get blasted in the head.
Yeah. I love TJ. And TJ will forever, like, if you're like TJ, hit that guy.
Oh, yeah.
He will fucking swing.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. TJ will hold you down, man.
Yeah.
He's the fucking guy.
Anyone I would really hate to get jumped by would be like him and Gunner together.
Oh, my God.
They just, like, breathe off each other's shit.
Oh, dude. It's just the degeneracy is so fucking tremendous with those two.
But TJ's such a good guy.
He's such a good person, dude. He's such a good heart.
We were that fucking Halloween brawl. We were in the fucking staircase with like 20 frat bros. And this dude reaches up and rips out his nose ring, and he goes, "Ha!" And I'm like, I'm holding this dude. I'm like, "You're fucking." Like I wasn't scared. I was just like, "Who are you?"
Yeah.
I'm like, he's insane. And he's fucking pounding on this dude. He like shoves him down the stairs towards me. I'm like, well, he's gonna keep going.
Oh, dude. I mean, he's just so ruthless with it, and I love it.
He's over at like Milk now or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My buddy Bird is actually like the head bouncer there or some shit. That's what he says. I don't know. I don't go out anymore. And it's funny because he wears like eyeliner and he's very calm and he's kind of feminine when you talk to him. But boy, is that a scary man.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh, yeah.
And like I watched him, he like grabbed someone by the belt and just like slammed him in the wall and threw him outside. I'm like, yeah, bro. I'm like, I'm glad we're friends. Please don't ever do that to me.
Yeah.
Like, I have to shoot you. I don't know what to do. Like, I'm not going to run back at you.
Dude, he's like the definition of like strong-arming somebody.
Yeah, definitely. I always thought I'd be the worst bouncer, though, because like, I'd throw someone out, like, $50, you come back in.
Yeah.
I'd be the worst. You know?
Hey, look, man. I'm never going back to Tin Roof, so to speak candidly,
yeah,
I was very susceptible to bribes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
Like, how much is it to skip the line? $100?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
They do it. I mean, they'll do it anywhere. You know what I mean? It's like hush-hush, but like...
Yeah.
I hate to say that we live in a society that money will buy almost anything, but we do.
Oh, yeah. Money talks, dude.
Yeah, it definitely talks.
It's like, oh, you want to come in? Yeah, $50.
We were at Pine State one night, and one of our younger bouncers was there, and this dude came up to him, and he goes, I'll give you $1,000 to whip that guy's ass right now. And I was like, mid-sip of meal, I was like, I'll do it. He's like, no, I want him to do it. I was like, no, I'll do it. I was like, I'll do it 500. And he goes, whoop his ass, don't even ask questions. He goes, no, man, I'm not like that. And I like looked at him in the face. I was like, you go beat that motherfucker's ass right now.
Right now.
I was like, I don't care if he's crippled midget. I was like, and like,
I don't care if it's Helen Keller.
Yeah,
right.
you fucking
$1,000.
And like
$1,000. Yeah.
I was like looking at him. The guy who was pointing, I was being loud, obnoxious. I was like, go do it, do it. Like,
oh my god! And if he deserves it,
yeah.
Holy shit!
Oh man.
Oh god.
I don't like.
Wish.
I could be bought. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, 100%. Dude, if the money's right, I'll bartend in a fucking ball gag, bro. I don't give shit.
I think it's fucked that we're so dependent on money like that, though. You know what I mean? Could you imagine if we had so much money that we couldn't be bought? Like Elon Musk. Imagine what it takes to buy him.
Dude, that guy, I'm not even gonna lie, is probably one of the biggest gangsters on the planet.
Yeah.
Like the amount of flex that dude drops, like I just bought Twitter. Fuck you.
Yeah.
He's like $20 billion of my own money.
Yeah. Guess what? White Belt Mafia. Bye. And Trump is back now. Yeah. You guys want to see chaos?
God, I love it. He's kind of like the Joker from Dark Knight. He's like, let's just watch this whole thing burn.
Why not?
Dude, honestly, like, I kind of wish I could buy Twitter just to shut it down.
Yeah.
It'd be hilarious.
Or to make only one Twitter account.
Oh my god.
Just have one
just his.
And leave it active.
It's just, I paid $40 billion for a Twitter account.
Yeah, but no one else has it. So you can have the app.
Yeah. To follow me. Oh my god.
That's like fuck you money, you know?
Dude, that is the ultimate fuck you.
He banged Johnny Depp's wife apparently.
He did. Yeah, he did.
And he doesn't give a fuck.
Of course not. Why would he?
I don't think Johnny Depp gives a fuck anymore.
Oh no, dude. Like I love watching those little YouTube clips of the trial.
Yeah.
And he's just sitting there just like
dude, look at him. Look, he's gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't even he doesn't need anything. You know what I mean? He won.
Oh yeah.
Even if he loses this court case, he won, which I don't think he will. Like I've been watching her shit and like her. I hope she acts better than she does on fucking court TV.
Oh god,
is garbage.
I saw one where she literally had like a tissue or whatever, and she's like posing
for the camera. Have you seen the water bottle one where she has 2 water bottles and the cop walks by and she stuffs one in her pocket? Oh, everyone thinks it's alcohol.
Either that or some Molly or some shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I was watching her whole like tape thing, and she was like, "I walked out of the bedroom and he slapped me in the face." I'm like, "How did you get slapped in the face if you?" walking out of a bedroom, I'm like, come on now, like.
That's interesting.
You know what would be really fucked if what she said 100% accurate and Johnny's just covered it all up? Wouldn't that be wild?
It would be.
I don't think it's true, but
it's
like,
obvious. I mean, it's not. Like, there's been like every person he's dated has been like, yeah, no.
He seems like a nice guy.
Like, I mean, people that have been in relationships with him, like, yeah, no, he doesn't do that shit.
Yeah,
like,
no way.
Like, you don't like spend your whole 50 years of life not hitting girls,
and then one day, like,
one day you're like,
let's try this one.
Haven't done this yet.
Yeah,
let's give it a try.
I don't know, man. I like the part where he's like, would you say that you're much bigger than Amber? And he goes, no, she's bigger than me.
He's not a big dude.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, and this might sound really bad. Like, I believe this. If you can throw a hand, you can catch a hand,
dude.
And like,
I have a rule. I'll never put my hands on a woman.
Yeah.
But if you come in with a blade,
yeah.
If you come at me with a knife, I'm gonna box your ass up. Sorry.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I think I'll give you the 3-strike rule, or how big you are. Like, if there's like, people are like, women are defenseless against men, but look at people like Ronda Rousey. I know 3 blue belts in my fucking gym right now that would probably fuck up most of the men I know.
Oh yeah, 100%. We had this blue belt at Tap Out, and she was a tiny girl, and obviously I was much bigger and stronger, but like there were times like she's got finesse, dude. I remember this one time she caught me in an armbar, and I'm like, I hate to do this to you right now, but
there's a girl who trains at Tap Out too. She's also a Gracie. Her name's Amber. She got like half buzz cut, blonde hair flipped over.
Yeah.
And she's well on her way to becoming a purple belt. And she is I bet she weighs about 160 pounds.
Fucking A.
And she is the one.
Damn.
She will fuck you up. And like, she looks very, like, if you see her in street clothes, you know, like shorts and flip flops, just like doing her thing. And it's like, it's like, that girl break your face.
Well, dude, Caesar, it was telling me he's got 2 sisters.
Yeah.
Or like his buddy has 2 sisters. I think his friend's got 2 sisters. And they're both like attractive girls, but like they've been fighting their whole lives.
Yeah.
And he's like, I was out at the bar at Cornerstone with these girls and my buddy one time, and these guys were talking mad shit. And the girls were like, no, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
And they're like, fuck you. And they just beat those dudes' asses. Like, they were like, the dudes were trying to like fight him too. And these girls were like, he was like, yo, I was about to jump in. And his buddy's like, no, let him have it. They got this.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? He goes, just watch.
Yeah.
And they just beat the brakes off of these dudes.
I feel like martial arts is an equal opportunity.
It is, dude. It's a fucking superpower, man.
And people talk so much about getting bullied, then you don't want to get bullied anymore. Like, there's the remedy.
It's the reason I got into it.
You know,
I was a very small child. My freshman year in high school, I was 5'0", like 105 pounds.
Yeah.
Tiny.
Yeah.
That's like not even a man. Like,
no.
That's like,
you are a child.
That's barely even a woman.
You're barely breaking 100 pounds.
That's barely a grown woman.
Yeah.
That's so small.
Yeah.
And
you're bordering midget.
Yeah.
You're bordering midget.
You literally are bordering midget. And I grew 10 inches over a summer, so that helped.
Yeah, fuck right.
That helped a lot.
And,
you know, obviously put on the weight, but it's like, fuck, man. I still did judo. You know, it's like, if you're going to learn one thing, you know, some sort of ground-based system is the one.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Yeah.
A lot of things can end on your feet, but a lot more end on the ground.
I mean, in my experience, it pretty much always ended on the ground.
Especially if you're struggling over a weapon, like a knife.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? I'm a lot more afraid of a knife than I am a gun.
Same. I would much rather fight a gun than a knife.
No, because I feel like you can miss with a gun a couple times, and I can close a little bit, unless it's like long range, you know.
Yeah.
Then it's like, fuck me.
Well, it's like if you're my distance to you right now and you've got a gun, like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't feel threatened.
I'm gonna give you my wallet.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, take it, whatever. But if you're like, no, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Like, all right, well then I guess this is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to kill you back.
Yeah.
If you got a knife.
Yeah, that's such a sketchy thing.
You're
because,
way more fucked.
Like, you know what I mean? I think, like, if you get, like, punctured through, is one thing, but if you get hit and ripped, God, I can't.
You're eviscerated.
Yeah, no, disemboweled.
Yeah, you're fucked. Well, like, here's the thing, like, a gun, right? Like, the only part of it that's dangerous is that part. That part that's gonna fucking kill
and everything in that line.
Everything in that line is
for dangerous. A split second, too.
Just very, very quickly. Every bit of a knife is fucking dangerous, man.
God. You know what would scare me if it existed? It's fucking lightsabers.
Oh.
That would be the worst.
It'd be the worst thing.
It's
going to cut off everything.
Can you imagine? I bet you our population would strongly decrease if we had lightsabers.
Oh
like in seconds, you know what I mean? They came out, population cut in half. You know what I mean?
Dude,
what end of this was the lightsaber?
Dude, okay, question, right? Do you think you could kill, like, let's say you're on oh man, this is getting really dark for YouTube. Let's say you're on a subway, right? You know, there's always, like, the stories in the news, like, a knifed attacker killed 18 in the subway. And it's like, oh, here's a guy with a gun. They're like, well, a guy with a knife could kill a lot of people, too. It's like, all right, well, let's amp the ante and make it a fucking lightsaber.
Yeah.
You just fucking swing that bitch around in a circle. How many are you taking?
Yeah, no doubt.
How much damage could you do with a fucking lightsaber? I
feel like a lightsaber is just as dangerous to you as it is to someone else. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, a knife, you could press against you this way and it wouldn't hurt you.
Yeah.
You flip it over, it'll hurt you. But, like, a lightsaber, if it touches you anyway...
Every bit of that bitch is going to kill you.
It pierces, it slices, it dices.
No way! There's more! Yeah, man. Fucking lightsaber. Ugh.
I bet you we have the technology to make them, but they're just like, no.
Yeah.
No, don't do that.
Well, like, I read something pretty recently, like, they can, like, build some sort of lightsaber-esque thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a plasma.
Yeah, they got the big back thing.
Yeah.
They took a plasma torch, they jacked that fucker way up.
Yeah.
But I don't know how effective it would be holding a giant Zippo on your back.
Well, yeah. But, I mean... The way I read this thing, like, described, it was like, it's basically like a plasma arc. Yeah. It's like self-contained somehow.
Yeah.
So
no,
like,
I've definitely seen that shit.
And you're like, whoa.
There's a guy in Russia that made a fucking plasma cannon, like Iron Man shit, and like, they said it's real, they said it's fake, I don't really know. But he fucking blasted it. It's like, bro, I need one.
Oh
like,
my God.
Fucking Borderman Iron Man shit.
God, time to get fucking Elon rich.
No shit.
Dude. Okay, $20 billion.
Buy Twitter.
Twitter.
Buy it back from Elon.
Imagine what the fuck you could, like, build with $20 billion.
Imagine what he's got going on in his basement.
Oh, my God.
You know what I mean? Like, he probably got all the kids that made fun of him in high school, like, tied up in his basement. He's, like, milking them for energy for his car.
He's, like, using them as batteries for his data mining.
He's got, like, a plug in each hole. He's, like, rotisserie. If I spin them at this degree, at this temperature.
He's just got, like, 50 fucking, like, high school jocks on a treadmill.
Yeah.
Like, in a hamster wheel.
Please, we're sorry.
And they're powering his, like, Bitcoin mining operation.
And all I have is in front of him is his Twitter account. Going, they liked. Let me free.
Like, it's like a little fucking hamster bottle filled with, like, sugar and carbs and, like, cocaine.
Yeah, just keep going. I think if anyone was going to build a fucking lightsaber, it would definitely be Elon.
It would be Elon. Oh, he sold flamethrowers to the general public. What
a
baller move that is.
I don't know. I've made some fucking crazy shit when I was a kid. I made a fucking battery mortar. Like a D battery.
Yeah.
And he's fucking spraying full hairspray.
Yeah.
And me and my brother, we were in the backyard here, and we were fucking shooting him. This never happened. Hypothetically, if we were shooting him that way, we're fucking launching these fuckers like poof, poof. We're kids, you know what I mean? Like a week later, like there's like city news or neighborhood news. They're like, there's a hole in my car, and like the neighbor like, there's a hole in my window, there's a hole in my roof. Fucking batteries had to be going up like 300 or 400 yards for it, up in the air, and then coming down. Yeah. We never fucking thought of it, man. Dude. And like,
well, in Florida, people get hit with stray bullets all the time.
Yeah, and then it's excused.
Yeah,
it's
4th of July, just.
Is not what you do on 4th of July.
Fucking little patriot pop, you know.
There was a thing in Chicago where there was a big shootout. And everyone got like, there's like 4 people killed that were like not part of the shootout, and it was like okay because it was just how it is.
Yeah, I feel like it is what it is, man.
Could
you imagine?
I feel like I'm eating up your time now. You want to hang for a couple more minutes?
Yeah, whatever you want, man.
We'll do like 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
I like the lightsaber shit. That's good.
Yeah.
Would you rather have a lightsaber or like a flying? Why not have both?
Why not? Elon, get on it, brother.
Or a flying car. Cause I feel like both of those are real close. Like a single cockpit, like drone.
The car would be way more practical in daily life.
Would it though?
I think.
It all depends on like what you're doing in daily life.
I feel like power lines would be kind of a bitch.
Yeah, but who needs power lines if you have a lightsaber?
All the other people.
Yeah. Parked in your spot.
Okay, here's what I'll say about having a lightsaber. The most attractive use of the lightsaber will result in a lot of deaths.
Maybe.
Like, I mean, you watch Star Wars. What are they doing with the lightsaber?
Yeah.
They're fucking killing people.
What happens if you turned it on and just dropped it?
You just have the hilt in the ground.
Yeah, you don't think it'd just keep going?
Oh, fuck.
The hilt would have to be wider than the
blade.
Yeah, you drop it one time, you're like, fuck, another one. It goes through the outside.
Oh my god, do you have any idea how much this thing costs?
Or it fucking dies. Like, yo, you got a USB? Yeah, you got a Type C.
Oh my god, just walking into the bar like, hey, you got a charger for this?
Yeah, I think a flying car would be cool. That's a rough one for me, man, because...
So question, right? Is it like a legit flying car that like is pretty much idiot proof?
We'll say you have as much control as like you're flying a drone. Okay. Maybe it has like as driving a car.
Okay.
Our car's idiot proof ish. You know what I mean?
Ish.
You know, the new ones are pretty smart.
Yeah.
But like I don't feel like everyone should have a flying car, but I feel like they should be a commodity.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, you got to be able to pass some sort of rigorous driver's license
But here's the other thing, though. Like, if you had a flying car, like, could you get DUIs? You're not on the street.
You're flying under the influence. Was that like an FAA kind of thing?
I think you have to be over a certain amount of feet up to be an FAA. So if you stayed, like, I don't know, like, tops of buildings.
Dude, you're kind of in uncharted waters there.
Yeah. Shit. Are they going to chase you?
Right. I mean, especially if it's like some sort of autopilot feature. It's like, I'm just going to fucking chill.
Yeah, the Tesla's got that where they drive themselves.
Yeah.
Can you imagine your car gets a DUI? You're like, I'm not driving, officer.
Oh my god. Like, what if, oh my god. Think about this in the future, right? You know how, like, these things have to update and whatever?
Yeah.
So, like, what if you don't get the most recent, like, mandatory safety update? They could charge you.
Yeah. Yeah, or you're driving and it thinks there's not a building there anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like left turn, and you're like, no. Like,
well, I saw this thing that was kind of big in the news. Or like the programming for some of those vehicles, they're programmed to prioritize the driver over pedestrians.
Yeah, down with it,
dude.
When all that,
hey, you spent 60 G's on this fucking Tesla.
Yeah,
it's been better kill that broke motherfucker, not me.
Look, man, I'm my girlfriend hates this about me. If you walk out in the middle of the fucking street, and it comes to like me having to wreck my car or hit you, I'm very sorry, but that was a very poor mistake on your part.
You picked the wrong street, motherfucker.
Bro, I don't know, man. Like, people downtown are so ballsy. You're just like, ah, like,
dude, they are.
Oh, I was taking a left on this street. On my motorcycle. My fucking bike is the loudest thing ever. And this girl on the phone right off the curb right in front of me, and like I'm fucking close enough just to reach over and be like, what? I didn't, but like I was like close enough. I'm like, you almost died.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I wouldn't have stopped. And I was like, and everyone would be looking for me, and I would know. I would make like tips on the hotline. He was wearing like
just send him on a goose chase.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, right? No one's gotta have a fucking license to drive a scooter downtown.
True that.
Literally, a credit card and a phone. And you can hop on an electric scooter that's 15 plus miles an hour downhill and run every stop sign, and no one says anything.
And no one wears a helmet.
No one wears a helmet.
No.
I think helmet laws are dumb.
Yeah.
Just in general. I feel like if you're in a position where you think you should wear a helmet, you probably should wear a helmet. Mm-hmm. But, like, I ride my motorcycle from here to downtown all the time. And, like, I'm just like, if I hit something, I'm dead anyways.
Yeah, pretty much.
What I mean? If you're going on, like, a long-distance bike ride across country on the highways, probably wear a helmet because, like, you'll probably slide down the freeway.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Or maybe a flying motorcycle.
Yeah.
With lightsaber blades.
With flaming wheels. Like the Ghost Rider. Yeah.
We're going to look back at this video in like 10 years, and there's going to be all this shit. So I'm like, Jacob.
Dude, I feel pretty proud of myself. I didn't say anything to get me in trouble.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's end it before we do. Alright, guys. My 5 followers.